Hello, my name is Andrew. I am from Argentina, and the idea of these videos is to teach everyone how to program your own site. So, in order to get started, let me give you my credentials, right? I have 10 years of experience developing websites, portals, and platforms for big, medium, and small companies from all around the world. And my idea with these videos is to share knowledge just because I can, right? I just want to share my knowledge and teach everyone um, how to learn how to program. Programming is pretty easy. So let's get down with the common misconceptions. Programming is not hard, right? I just want everyone to get that out of their heads. Anyone can do it, all right? And it opens a new world of possibilities, both personal and professional, for absolutely everyone, all right? Of all ages, no matter how old or young. You don't have to be a math major, right? You don't need to know physics. You don't have to be a computer science expert, all right? You don't need to know everything about mathematics. You can do most tasks only with basic arithmetic, all right? And it can even turn out to be just fun, all right? That's the main idea. So all the tutorials I have seen on the net so far are very, very boring. All right, I just wanted to make something more, um, you know, more fun, and that it could be just easy for everyone to learn. So let's just get started with the lesson, and let's say that we have a city. All right, imagine a city, the city of Internetville. And in this city, we have a lot of houses, all right? We have millions of and millions of houses. And let's just say that someone tells us that we need to deliver a message to one particular house. How would you do that, all right? What is the one piece of information that you need to know? That's right, an IP address. An address. You need to know the address of that house in order to deliver the letter. On the internet, it works the same way, right? But addresses are called something else. They are called IP addresses, right? An IP stands for Internet Protocol Address. We won't go much further than this for now, okay? But this is the very basic thing that you need to know, right? Every single thing on the internet has an IP address, right? It could be either your computer or your cell phone or just about anything that gets connected to the internet, right? Everything has an IP address. So now that we know what an IP address is, we need to know how it looks like because it doesn't look anything like a residential address, obviously. So an IP address is formed by four series of numbers ranging from 0 to 255. This may look complex, right? But it's not. It's actually not. This is the one thing that you need to know. Four series of numbers that go from 0 to 255. So, if someone tells you that their IP address is 983.644. Well, that's just wrong. Okay, that's an invalid IP address. A valid IP address, on the other hand, would look like the one in green. okay, 171.91.5.210. But these numbers, okay, this big chunk of numbers are so hard to remember. In order to solve that particular situation, the big internet minds have invented something called a host name. And a host name basically translates that number into something that it's much easier to remember. Okay, in this case, a domain. Okay, for example, www.google.com is the same as saying 64.233.163.104. And if you type that IP address on your browser right now, it will take you to Google. Okay, it works just the same way. So many people would think that browsers would store all this information locally, all the all the lists of all the sites ever created on the net and their resolutions to an IP address locally. Well, that's just crazy. What is done instead is that if you open a browser, okay, and you want to go to Google and you type in www.google.com, when you press enter and make the request, that request will go to a special server. And that server that it's usually controlled by your internet service providers, all right? It's a huge network of servers that are interconnected, okay? But that's what you need to know for now. This server keeps a list of all the sites and their resolutions to IP addresses. And when you make this request and the server gets your request, it says, okay, Google, let me have a look. And it starts searching for the resolution to an IP address, all right? So it, for example, goes yahoo.com, which is one IP address, youtube.com, which is another, and once it finds the IP address for the domain that you just typed, it says, here you go, buddy, go here. And it directs you to Google, all right? It basically returns the IP address to your browser, and your browser makes the connection to the IP address that it just got. So that's basically how it works. And these special servers are called DNSs, or domain name servers. And their task is to resolve host names to IP addresses and sometimes IP addresses to host names. So that's the end of our first lesson. I hope that you learned something new today. If you like this lesson and would like to know a bit more, I suggest you to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, I see you on the next class. Thank you a lot for watching and have a beautiful day. Goodbye.